This is a really all right. Stay with me. This is probably one of the nerdiest things I'm ever going to present here. So, you all know we be on Twitch, we be making gaming videos and stuff. There's this new game that we've been playing called Marvel Rivals, right?
Oh boy.
You might have heard of it. It's pretty popular right now. For those that haven't heard of it, I'll try to explain what is necessary for me to get to like what the actual question is. I'm not going to go deep into it because you can go deep. Go to the Reddit. But to throw the blanket over everything and to get to the actual topic. So the game is played via like you want to say classes maybe. There's 3 different classes
And
of characters.
And they're all like characters. Like
all the people are
the
characters
comics.
from Marvel, either comics, movies, whatever. Mainly comics because they got some weird people in there that you probably never heard of.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's 3 characters. The official titles are Duelist, Vanguard, and Strategist. These sort of like categories obviously mean
Duelist.
certain different things. A strategist is kind of a healer role. A vanguard is what you would consider to be a tank. So their role is often like they can take a lot of damage and kind of be like a
shield.
Almost like a shield,
Yeah.
And then a duelist is more elusive and
Beat 'em up.
more violent, right?
what
That's
I'm
like
about.
the attack kind of character.
Buh.
Thank you. Because I was
I'll
just
be
thinking,
dueling.
and I was like, I got a main or I got a couple mains that I'm trying to figure out. And then it just kind of, it stopped me. And I was just like, I wonder if everyone, also, by the way, this is like a genre of game. So this is not the first game to do this. There's plenty of other games. I know Overwatch is probably the closest big
Hero
one
shooter. Yeah.
that follows this kind of like class structure. And so, I was just like, has anyone ever done any sort of deep psychological like research or some type of study on like who you are as an actual individual and how that connects to who you would decide to play as in a video game like that, right? So like, is there anything about my personality that leans me towards being a strategist that wants to heal my teammates? Or is there anything that leans me towards being a duelist that just like wants to beat everybody up and fight and like whatever? And so I was just like, I wouldn't be surprised if this already exists. I didn't have time to like dive deep into it, but it did bring up that question of like, considering who you all are, right? Considering who you all are in the social context, if we were to literally decide who each of you are out of like those 3 categories, who all would you consider yourselves to be and why?
And you're asking this like from, not really from the perspective of
Not a
rivals.
character, but like those 3 categories. So like, let's say in a
Should-
friend group,
should
are
we-
you...
Should we try to guess each other's self-classification before they say theirs?
Because he ain't played the games.
But I understand enough. Like I already have my answer.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Oh, you already got your answers? What you got?
I mean, that's
We
what I'm
can
saying.
try to guess.
Should we all attempt to guess each other's before we admit it?
I feel like I'm going to get stereotyped.
Do we all
here.
hold on? Do we all know for sure right now?
I feel like I'm going to be stereotyped.
Do you all have your individual answers
He's a
before we try to
stereotyper.
guess? John, you know?
For each of us. For Ali?
Well, just for yourself first, right?
Oh, for myself?
Yeah, like think
What
of
you
it
are.
who are in your head before we guess, so you can like say yes or no. We don't want to skew it too much by me being like, I think Troy's a this.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's good.
You said for ourselves.
Think of who you are.
Yeah, I'm good for me. I know for sure which one I'm not. But I feel like I could be all, but I know which one I am.
Okay.
All right. I'm locking in my answer.
You're locked in.
Boop.
I'm locked in.
Boop.
All right. What's
Nice.
that? 3, 2, 1. Duelist.
I was gonna say Duelist or Vanguard, but there's a strong possibility for strategist.
but he's
though.
a strategist.
Because
too.
he really
I was
honestly thinking strategist, bro. That's why I was kind of saying like I was thinking about the game still. That's why I'm like thinking about who he would
I mean,
play.
outside of like the
He would do
phrases,
this.
I'm not even thinking of like,
Hardcore.
but outside of the game, because there's aside from like the actual phrases of that, think of also being just like, are you a support character in a friendship? Are you a support character? Are you like the leader of the group where you're
Okay, so
initiating
is this
things?
just friend group based or this world?
Well, this is like any
Society.
societal
As a
context.
whole,
So it
yeah.
could be your friend groups, it could be your relationships, it could be your family. And
Mhm.
sure, you may have slightly different versions and forms that kind of stand out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if you were to kind of decide on your average,
Mm-hmm.
I could say Zach could probably be like maybe. I mean, now I'm thinking it makes me think of like what you call it, like the disc or like personality or whatever type personality where you can have
that's
like
actually where I got this from, because I was just like, there's so many personality tests out there that
Mhm.
exist.
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't anyone just like done a parallel?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say you could be like a duelist plus like the support, because you do kind of have like kind of the charisma to kind of do stuff on your own, but also kind of like, you know what I'm saying, support kind of where you're needed in the same sense. Like you kind of have that duality of it.
I think you're more of a strategist now. I think you're definitely more of a support character. I think you value support, and I think that's a way that you express care and invest in others for sure. Is by like putting their needs before yours.
Yeah, I'm definitely going strategist. I'm really thinking about how y'all play games, and I'm thinking about check out the 2K videos. Good plug if you haven't.
Yeah, and Sparky.
And Sparking too as well. But I'm thinking specifically 2K because it's with a team,
Okay.
and a lot of the time Zach is literally saying, "Go here, do this, do that," because he's looking at how it's gonna play out, and also the chess. He's got a very strategical mind. You feel me? So I feel, yeah, I want to say Vanguard though, like heavily, but everything is pointing towards strategist.
All right, don't say anything. What's Troy?
Whoa.
Troy's Vanguard.
Y'all told me to shut up.
John, if you guess first, you can go. I'm still.
No, I would probably said Vanguard.
Yeah, Troy's a tank. I think Troy's a tank because he kind of
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like tank has to be the most adaptable to what the team needs. A lot of times a tank can put some damage down. A lot of times tank can be like, I'll just be like the meat shield for a little bit. A lot of times the tank can just be like, I'm just going to distract everybody for a second. And I feel like you're really good at like finding where you're needed, as opposed to being like, hey, I think we should all go just do this. Or like, hey, like I'm just going to stay all the way in the back. I think you're just willing to be like, I have some ideas. If this works, then I'll do it. Like I'm there. But if you have an idea too, I'm there too. You know, like I feel like you kind of play that really integral kind of like middle, like, hey, I'm here to do what's necessary.
You gotta be changing my answer.
Yeah. See, that's why
crazy.
I was like,
Wow.
lock it in first. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'd say something similar. I definitely think you have a bit more of like that verse. I was gonna say either that or like the like you have moments of the duelist as well. Like of kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Kind of going for like certain things. At least I feel like kind of similar to what Ben said, like you can be real like variable in that, but I feel like once you do kind of get those ideas or kind of have that notion in your mind, you're usually pretty well adept to kind of go for it. Kind of similar like when we playing Rocket.
Nah, I feel like it's very different from how he plays Rocket though.
God dang. I'll never escape Barbara.
You're too yeah, I was just
What?
like he's a duelist in Rocket.
That's what I'm saying,
bro.
and that like more so that you definitely you going for it.
I'm trying to make it happen. That's all.
Man.
Hey, somebody got to.
I was
bro.
gonna say duelist too, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like a movie. If Troy want to go see a movie, he going to see that fucking movie.
No way.
He don't care. It's important to him. When something I feel like is important to Troy, like he doesn't really care whether he has somebody else following the same goal or the same line, because it's like as long as you can see the value and the validity in it, you are going to pursue and you're going to accomplish and seek out that. So I feel like with the duelist, I feel like you just kind of ready to take on the challenge. So that's one that I would say more so than anything.
Yeah, my brain's stuck in Rivals, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
We in the real world, Troy.
I know, but I do like these answers though.
Okay, John.
It's hard.
What's John? John's support. I think John's a support too.
I'm kind of leaning towards dude.
Really?
A little bit.
I'm kind of. He might be the most.
Wait, why you think that, bro?
Yeah, why do you think the most duelist? Dang.
Because
Because y'all kind of
we play a lot of.
That's surprised me.
We play a lot of games together, so it's just, me just seeing
Y'all
like
play a lot of beat 'em up games.
precisely, and I feel like
Dog.
And see, and I think it's different because if it's like a FPS, I'm definitely like I'm cool on. You know, what
Y'all
I'm
are
saying?
still-
I'm definitely not.
I'm thinking too gamey.
I'm sorry. It's the
Like I feel like I recognize how Troy plays a game, but I recognize how he is in real life.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which made me really kind of rethink this. You're right. Let me get out of the game.
Okay.
Let me get out of the game. Head out of the game. Okay.
I think John is the strategist just because I feel like he's really in the same way Zach is, but I think he's always open to be like, hey, just let me know what you need. Like I feel like you're quick to really be like, I got you and I'm behind you, but you may not always like I feel like he's quick to be like, hey, you my dog and you gonna know it. You gonna feel it, but like I'm not gonna steer you any kind of way. Like I'm not gonna if you need somebody to just like talk to, he'll be just listen. He's not gonna like I feel like Zach and I, if you come to us with problems, we're like, all right, this is how you fix it. Because what else are we talking about?
I'm gonna try
here?
to solve the world.
Like we're gonna be like, all right, so
Dog.
this is what you got to do, or this is what I
Facts.
would do.
True.
Whereas I feel like John would just be like, yeah, no, I feel you, and like that's a lot of times that's all you need. Like I feel like he kind of takes that like, hey, you got it.
Yeah.
So
The reason that I would say that now that you kind of gave me a different perspective is, I don't know. I feel like very observant. He has thoughts that he won't necessarily always share or feel the need to articulate, but he definitely scheming some shit up.
That just screams duelist.
Even like say like even with a joke per se, or even like
He
comment,
cooking.
It'd be well timed.
Oh yeah,
Like it would take a lot of thought.
He cooking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even with the writing of music. So I think all of those things kind of coming together, I'll probably would categorize him as that too.
But I think that's the part that's kind of difficult for me. Like, which one did you just say?
That I feel like he is?
Yeah.
Strategist.
I don't know.
Because it's not necessarily, it's the use of the strategy that he uses to implement now whatever he's trying to get across, whether it be a joke or whether it be the music or,
John, I'm finding hard to be different here, bro, but they are winning me. I'm sorry. Like, damn. Strategist might be it, bro.
Yeah. I wanted to say duelist though.
Yes, that's really, but now that y'all done broke it down, I'm like, maybe not. But
But I don't know. I feel like at least in the case of that, if we are not even talking about it from like a game perspective, just
what makes a duelist then? Type B. I feel like
Just aggressive of it.
as hell. Like
Gotta be as fuck.
But that's why I kept saying like for several of us like we had that kind of in it because I look at it as like duelist is kind of like when you do have like that plan or the kind of that notion in mind, like you're already thinking, not even from like I guess a strategic perspective, but just like I'm gonna
Front
like
liner.
do this, like I'm gonna do this thing like regardless. You know what I'm saying? I know like this thing needs to be done, and I might be the only person that might be particularly capable of or really invested to like do it, or you might like particularly feel like that at that moment.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all right,
So I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I'm quick to sacrifice my.
you are.
So I said, duelist, I will be the army.
I do,
I'm
and
not
that's
some
literally-
special
no.
ops or nothing. I'm just out there.
I was thinking that part too.
Captain Levi. We going?
Hey,
Oh nah,
there we go. Not Captain Levi. Holy crap.
definitely. All right, what am I?
Okay. See, because
Even remember what everybody else was.
not everybody can be a strategist, bro. That's the part. Ugh.
I mean, I could see you being kind of vanguard like Troy too, though. I mean, you're quite variable yourself. I think.
I feel like Ben's more duelist. I don't know why though.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying again. But also, like, he is somebody that, like, when like kind of the moment strikes, or when we have to like move on something, like even outside like just podcast stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've always been kind of the more kind of self-driven in that way, like just kind of like pushing.
Lone Woofy.
Yeah, but I think I'm sorry. I'm piggybacking, but I'm bouncing back between points. I don't know why John, it was before you said that point, the Vanguard part. Because I feel like kind of willing to carry a lot, if that makes sense. Like, not even in like I have to have the team on my back, but like anything that if I can be like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll grab that. We're good. You ain't gotta worry about it. Like I can see you kind of doing that like a lot, and that's not even to say like a lot of us don't even have that desire to do so, but like in seeing it, yeah, I can see that being very Vanguard-y. But the duelist part that's kind of throwing me off is, yeah, the lone wolf.
Yeah, like there was a point in time like I really questioned if I knew who Ben was, because like Ben will just be, like,
what
he feels
I've heard
no
that
need
so
to
many
like
times.
acknowledge.
That is crazy.
He has no need to tell people his moves or what's going on or what he plans on doing. He's not very vocal about those things. So that man could be in Lansing and then be in Puerto Rico. And
Everybody
then
thinks I'm a vigilante.
in downtown Detroit and then be in Saginaw.
Type beat.
And you have not known unless you intentionally ask that question. Hey, Ben, what did you do at this time on this day?
Yes.
Oh, now that you mentioned I was doing this.
You know, just rock climbing on the moon.
And then or a major life experience just occurred. He's like, oh, yeah, this just happened a week ago.
Yeah.
And it's like.
That part for sure.
Okay, so it's
Guilty.
just like, yeah, it's like he just battling the day every time. Like
Bro.
he's taking the challenge on, like
Yeah. I
front
can
and
see that.
center. So, yeah. He
All right.
battling life.
What do y'all think you all are after going through all that? What's the definitive Zach IMA?
Right. Go ahead. The one that you have.
I have to be totally honest. The first thing that I settled on was Vanguard.
Okay.
And the reason that I chose that one is because I'm a little bit of a meat shield. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a people
I knew
pleaser.
you were gonna take that.
Yeah, I'm
a
a
little
people
bit of a
pleaser at
meat
the end of the
shield.
day. So it's just like with my family or like with my like nieces. Well, yeah, family, but like my nieces, my nephews, cousins, everything like that. It's kind of like I always kind of took the role of I'm gonna take on whatever I can take on to alleviate anything that you might have to go through to hope that
Definitely.
you can have a little easier time. Or
Yeah.
then even with my friends, it's kind of like I'm more so. Although I might want to have Red Ranger energy, I more so try to be like I know what somebody else might not want to do, and I'm going to assume that I'm going to accept that I need to be the glue guy, although I want to be the duelist. I mean,
Okay.
I'm going to accept that nobody else is going to do it, so let me do that. And then even in team sports like basketball, I was the charismatic vocal leader who excelled in all of the non-popularity stats.
You'll literally be a coach, but you're the player at the same time.
Precisely.
At least, like in my experience, like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
with you.
So it's like even though I feel like I can go score 30,
You'll be like, "Hey, I need you to go."
all y'all can go
over
ahead
there.
and score 30 because I know y'all ain't gonna fucking rebound, and I know you can't play defense. So if the easiest thing to do is go
That is
score
very
30,
Vanguard-y.
although that does come with all the reward or all of the achievement, I want to win. So you go score 30, so I can handle this part, so we can have the success at the end. So yeah,
That's
hard.
accurate.
No, that's hard.
I think I was a little bit more extreme calling you a strategist, but the more we talked about like the rest of them, I was just like, yeah, maybe Zach is a little bit, because I feel like you're a meat shield a lot of times, but like you're so aware of it that you're
it's
like
purposeful. Like,
Yeah.
I strategize.
and you're also sometimes like I shouldn't have to be in this position, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this
for
is
the
where I'm
greater
like
good in my mind.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see you being like, yeah, I want to be dueling right now, but like I'm
Yeah.
needed.
or I
in
want
this
to be.
capacity.
Well, yeah. So I feel like I don't know which order the
I
next.
want to
two
be
come in.
strategizing, but
Yeah,
No, but they are.
yeah. It's like I'm
Like,
strategizing,
yeah.
but the prominent one of the three would definitely be that. So
Yeah.
although it's a mix, we all a mix of these, but it's kind of which one is
Yeah.
your higher pie chart.
Zach's
Most
probably like
definitely.
Venom. I could see Zach being a Venom. Yeah, or a Cap. Now this is real.
This
rivals.
is definitely real rivals.
This is real rivals now. But
I
yeah.
definitely see more Venom though. Venom,
yeah,
or like Thor.
Venom, because Venom could put some. Venom can duel for real.
Venom is the one character I've said this on stream before that can like, not he has the biggest potential to like tank a whole team
Oh yeah.
because he can literally get the most health. And I unfortunately don't have any experience with Doctor Strange, so I can't even try to put you in that boat. But yeah,
he
I can
go
see
crazy with the
Vanguard.
portals.
Hey,
Yes.
there you go. Ash thinking
All right,
too.
yeah, you guys sold me on the game. Congratulations.
Hey, this was also my like the side of me
Oh, that
trying to
was the
convince
side.
people.
Crazy.
Be like, hey, at the end of this, if you're not a little bit more intrigued in this game, I don't know what to tell
You
you.
said I tried my best.
Man.
Real.
All right, Troy, what do you?
Um,
Deep down.
I definitely thought that I was duelist, but kind of mostly because of the things that you guys were saying. Like, I'm going to just probably just go for it if it is something that I've decided, like, okay, this is something I think I need to do. But I was definitely thinking more gamey, for sure, because I'm thinking of characters like Wolverine or even like Iron Man. Like, they do one thing probably really, really well, and like
a specialization. Okay.
and it's like, and if you do that thing good on your team, like, it may not win you the whole game, but on the best game, it might have, type B. Like, that's the not
Might get some
necessarily
thumbs up at the end.
You feel me? Or like the MVP, you feel me? Just because they could not do anything, type
Okay.
B. But I'm trying to think of how I would relate that to life. That's the
Real
part.
life.
I like the Vanguard answers though too a lot, and yeah, I definitely wouldn't have seen myself as a strategist because I'm not sharing that much half the time. I'm just kind of I'm thinking about myself in like a real sense. Like, I don't know. I would just much rather do. I feel like more of the time, if that makes sense.
So you would much rather be
Just go for it.
okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out a little bit as we
Along the
go.
way, like learn through trial and tribulation is.
Yeah, and I just feel like I've learned that that's very valuable at times too, instead of
Yeah.
just trying to plan it all
The
out.
experience.
So what is your final answer?
That's the part.
Yeah.
You need us to come back to you.
Yeah.
All right, John.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of struck between the strategist and the duelist, bro. Only because
You're a strategizing duelist.
Duelist needs some more meat around it.
because
You can make these into 2K builds.
right.
So are you a strategizing duelist or a dueling strategizer? The prominent one would be first.
Yeah.
Probably strategizing.
Strategizing duelist.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wish I could put that. We're saying duelist. It made me almost want to say some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
I've been wanting to say
Oh.
that. episode.
We'll lose him.
Right.
We'll
right.
listen.
We're losing it.
We're already maxing out our nerd
I know.
meter right
We're
now.
on the line.
I'm not even going to go that far. I'm not even
We're
gonna
already
go that far. I'm
pushing
not
it.
going to go that far.
That's funny.
And I guess I
Our
was only
30% of female listeners is like,
Hold it on.
right,
right.
I'm almost
wait,
out of
wait,
here,
wait,
bro.
wait. No.
It's Mufasa. They got
Right, bring it back, bring it back.
Oh my god. Just on the strategizing side, I think I can be kind of observant and for sure want to like support my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way I can. But I also on the duelist side feel like sometimes when I get like a notion or sometimes when I really like locked in or something, like I just like that sometimes be like the only thing I can ever like.
We like this. Yes.
I can focus on. You know what I'm saying?
Offense.
To that, you know what I'm saying? And in that, it almost is like incredibly good in certain situations, but almost incredibly detrimental, like it is when you're a duelist in a game like a Overwatch or a Marvel Rivals. So. And I kind of recognize that, so I think that's why I'm kind of like caught between it. So I like the strategizing duelist. But I would say strategist more. If I had to pick the one, I would probably say more strategist.
I like that. That's right. That helped me locked in mine. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm a duelist for sure.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of Vanguard characteristics, and I find myself in a lot of Vanguard-y positions. But I try to think about like when I'm in the closet alone, and it's just me and who I'm just my thoughts are just when it comes down to like I definitely have more of the minds, and it like I think I didn't want to be a duelist when I was thinking about this question, just because one, I don't really play duelist, but also because it just feels so like violent and aggressive and just like so pursuity. But at the end of the day, like that is where my headspace is. And also one side that we didn't really bring up was I feel like the extent at which I value support kind of makes me that much more of a duelist, because I feel like a duelist would like really like I have a strong need for some elements of being supported because I have so many like things I'm trying to go towards. And I can do a lot of that alone, and I've been able to do a lot of that alone, but I've been able to do a lot of that with a lot of help as well. And I feel like a lot of the things, and sometimes the help is not even like true help. Sometimes it's literally just like
encouragement.
I believe that you can actually do that, because like
I
might have like a crazy dream,
Yeah.
and I know it's crazy, and if you just get a couple people to be like, "That's not crazy,"
Nobody telling
I'd be
you
like,
no?
"It's not." They'd be
Man.
like, "Yeah, no, you could probably do that," but like, I can't. I knew it all along. So yeah, I do think I just have like that mindset of really just trying to be on the offensive in most cases. If I was living in like my ideal world, I would never have to take on like a lot of supportive roles. I would just be like being able to, pursue. I'm more than happy to be like, hey, I'll be the front person and shoot our way through, and if y'all got my back, then I ain't gonna give up on y'all. So.
Type B.
Yeah. You said you locked in yours?
I'm gonna do the hybrid type beat though too.
Okay.
Probably the Vanguard-y duelist. I probably would go with.
And so more Vanguard or more Duelist?
Vanguard would have. Well, the first one is
More Vanguard. Okay.
Yeah. Just because of what Zach was saying about kind of wanting to be that support, but not. I'm not going to share a lot of my strategy. I'm just going to do a lot of it.
Okay.
It's kind of type B. And a lot of what John was saying, too, about the duelist of, I'll be locked in. Or, like, I'll be locked in, but at the same time, what you were saying, that tunnel vision of, like, I may have to do a lot of things at once. So I'm just, like, in a state of
offensive. Yeah. Just go.
But I'm trying not to need a ton of support sometimes. I'm trying to be that a little bit at the same time. So, yeah, I can see. Honestly, maybe just Vanguard solid, but I'm Vanguard duelist.
I think, and this is where I had to be super duper honest with myself. So I recognize that, and this is starting to sprout into more elements of like self discovery and more personality tests and things like that. But one of the things that I've noticed by myself is one of the probably most significant like arenas of the way I express love, truthfully, would be like me supporting others. And I've noticed that like I view that as such a major thing. Like I'm not nice, and this is largely because of like my family dynamic. We didn't say I love you a lot. We didn't hug a whole lot, but we were there for each other. And so like over time I was like, okay, this is what it means to be like investing in someone's world and really supporting them and showcasing that they believe in you and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like doing that is a large thing. It doesn't take a lot out of me. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that is a very intentional thing that I do for the people that I care about. And I feel like because that is such a intentional thing and a purposeful thing, I'm not support, because I feel like for a support strategist, that's probably like their most natural thing to do, if that makes sense. Like they think first to be like, okay, what can I do to help you? What can I do to support you? What can I do? That's not the first thing I'm thinking about when I'm around people, truthfully. And that's what I mean by like I had to be really just honest with myself and just be like, as much as it sounds nice and frilly to be like, oh man, I
save the world,
take the shirt off. I'm not taking my shirt off for the vast majority of people that are in my life. Truthfully, I'm not. I'm sorry, but the people that I will do that for, you are going to feel it, because you know me, and this is going to be like, no, like I'm doing this outside of myself because I see that you need this, and this is like a real moment, and I'm setting what I want to do aside for you. This is a sacrifice, and because I think that way, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I am more of a duelist than
I'm giving it up too easy, huh?
You are
crazy way to put that,
I think
bro.
we just always you always have this moment, because we I feel like you just realize how it's fine to be soft,
much more
kind-hearted,
self-aware or just self-concerned that I can be.
Yeah,
and not be. It's kind of like,
how many more records can I break? More records.
Kind of like if I used to be some mid. Before women started liking me, I used to be some mid. So, but me knowing what it's like to think of a guy like, oh, he's arrogant and dickheaded and stuff like that.
I feel you there.
As I have got more value, or I've been seen as more valuable to women. Yeah. Now that I'm on the other side, I still am aware always, like,
oh yeah,
this is how people view people like that.
Yeah.
So my last thing that I would ever want to do is be
1,000,000%.
Yeah, like I'm actively trying to fight the stereotype before somebody could ever stereotype me.
Okay.
Type situation. How did that correlate to what I was just finna get into? It was I got off topic.
I think it's just all about how you are. You know, whenever we have these conversations, you oftentimes find yourself realizing like,
oh yeah,
man, maybe I am a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm overcompensating. I'm giving it up too easy. Like I could be a little like I don't care, or that doesn't concern me, unfortunately. Or I have to care about me this time. But I gotta
worry about me.
I gotta choose me.
I
worry about me, Lucius.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I mean you can if that's what.
But you just throw your wallet, bro. No way.
Right, that's your MO.
If that's what's going to allow you to be happy with
that's Vanguard
the life
energy.
that you're living and the path that you're walking, and that's so be it.
Yeah,
that's
like, what would
not,
Jesus?
that's
what
not
would Jesus do? You know what I'm saying? When I read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? When I see him going through his hardships,
I'm not Jesus.
His battles and stuff. And it's just like, just be more Jesus. Like, you know,
Jesus created me to be me,
and
I firmly believe that that I'm walking out the way I was
I
supposed
thought
to.
that would have had him, if anything.
We all gotta be. Hey,
That
no,
didn't win nothing with.
God made us all different for a reason.
Unique.
Unique.
That's
But
what
in his
And he made some of us duelists, and he made some of us strategists.
and some of us vanguards.
Some people don't have the game yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I just be thinking
that's
like,
what's the problem.
That's really right. That's really
Y'all not
where
even
it gets
playing.
at. We're not even talking about that, bro. Some people ain't got no controller.
Talk about it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They just hands off, just letting it be, bro.
That's crazy.
What were you about to say?
Yeah,
Zach?
we gonna say, bro.
I was losing my thought, man. That's what I was just
No
fighting.
internet,
He
no
was fighting for it.
connections.
Right, ping crazy.
Ping crazy, no connections. They lagging. They behind it. Nah, I'm not.
Running
Never
out.
mind. Never mind. Continue what you were saying. My bad. I ain't mean to do that.
Oh no, you good. It was finna be. All I was finna say. I'd be assuming everybody got 1 HP, damn near, and I got 100 HP. So then I'd be like, dang, I could take the hit. I'll be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I Vanguard it out, but I'm like, you take the hit.
Why are you selling
You
somebody
might
so
die.
short? Why
Yeah,
everybody
you-
got 1 HP?
You might never come back from this.
That's the insaneness.
Everybody on the edge. Is that what you've been thinking about us this whole time?
Yeah, right.
Since the first time I met you, you like
Them brothers
yeah, bro.
starving.
You'll never recover.
He told about bro, I could bump him. He be gone. He be dead.
All right, 1 HP.
I feel like I got.
not
Yeah,
excessive.
I feel like
But definitely
I
not
was.
50
I
HP.
I felt you. Actually, we said that.
feel like I
That was a
gotta
good
lock in
example.
with him because like,
That's
let's see,
funny.
what is he gonna do without me?
Bro, take
What are they?
Take this shield, bro.
Right.
You one shot, bro.
He told me, come with me, bro. Play the Xenoverse 2, bro. If you know, you know, man. He said, "Hey, bro,
No.
come with me, bro.
Absolutely not.
I can show you."
I'm curious to see how you're actually going to be as a parent, truthfully. Because, like, with that mentality, I feel like you'd be a helicopter parent, but I also think you're not going to be a helicopter parent. by any
Because I
means.
know that being a helicopter parent is a problem. So it's if I wasn't self aware, I probably would 1,000%.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna actively battle that the whole time.
Okay, I hope you win.
I'm gonna win.
Okay.
But it ain't gonna be easy.
No, that was the one thing
That's
about
real.
the Vanguard, I think, that kind of stuck out to me is like you're kind of not actively
Decoy.
acting outside of yourself, but
Mhm.
like obviously we're talking about the example came from a game, and a game you play with people or people
Mhm.
that are on your team, or like you said, everybody else got 1 HP. You're like literally acting outside of your self-interest a lot of the time.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like,
You should,
Yeah.
ideally.
Yeah.
Unless you're just an op Vanguard.
Yeah.
which hey, sometimes it's like that too.
I like they just like, thanks for the extra HP.
Hey,
Where I'm finna go be a duelist with this
Right.
extra HP.
hey, I'm finna
That's
go be
how
a
a lot of
tank.
people
No,
be
there
like-
are a lot of
It be like that sometimes,
But also sometimes
that's
the-
what wins the game.
I was gonna say that's the beauty of the game.
That's what
Because depending
wins.
on the situation, that might be what is necessary.
I'm
So
holding down the point for 12 seconds. While y'all
Sometimes-
running back.
Sometimes it lines up. Sometimes
Dude,
it's like
Sacrificing
I'm a
myself.
Vanguard, but I get to play the way I want to play. Like I can play super aggressive because
Yeah.
of how everybody else is playing around me. Sometimes you have to just be like, all right, I'm just the distraction. I'm just swooping in and swooping out and doing this. and-
Trying to just not die.
Yeah.
But no, because of that,
dropping
yeah.
walls and yeah, man.
Nah,
Pulling out
Vanguard's
the
a good
shield.
pick.
Being
That
a
was a good-
portal.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one. That was solid.